Hey guys, Peter from FSBushcraft. Just wanted to give a quick little kind of review on my desired footwear for this year that I've turned around and found. I know that I showed them really quickly in the winter dress series that I just did, and muchly thank to everybody for the great response on that stuff. But these boots, actually, I turned around and purchased about 2.5 months, almost 3 months ago now. Basically, when Cody and I started our, posting our videos and stuff on our YouTube channel and going out, footwear to me is one of those things that I kind of put as kind of the main priority or number one thing I try to look for in my gear when I turn around and go out in the bush, and don't have a problem spending that little bit of extra money to turn around and have a good pair or a good footwear to wear, because of the fact of being out in the bush and hiking and walking and the kind of the terrain and stuff like that. And that's just, once again, it's something that comes from the military, that good footwear is definitely take care of your feet and your feet take care of you, kind of thing. These boots that I have, like I said, doing the reviews, I'm so happy with them. I'm so pleased. It's amazing. They're made by Itasca, which is the name of the company. Now, this particular model of boot that I have, they actually are made exclusive here in Canada for Canadian Tire stores that we have up here. And unfortunately, Canadian Tire calls them the Realtree Extra Cadora H2O boots. Go figure, Canadian Tire's going to change the name of everything that they have made exclusively for them. And you can tell because they even have like the Canadian Tire store part numbers actually inside the boot. But anyway, the boot itself, I love them because of the fact of that they're really lightweight. And one of the reasons for that is they're actually made with the Cadora material on the outside, which basically is the same material that's used today to make a lot of like our high-end luggage and stuff like that. That it's got kind of that, how you can explain it. It's almost like it almost feels like it'd be like a hardened nylon kind of thing. So it makes them very lightweight. The other cool thing with them is that on this particular brand of boot, they have 1,200 grams of Thinsulate throughout them. And what that 1,200 grams basically means, and I don't know if you can see it or not, they actually mark on the tag as well. It's got the 1,200 grams. Is that with the Thinsulate, they mark. It's basically, if I remember correctly and I'm saying it correctly, is that when they take a square meter, how many grams of Thinsulate would turn on it and fit up that square meter is what they go by. And obviously with the numbers, I mean, starting off roughly, I've seen like 200 grams all the way up. The higher the number, the warmer the boot, or the warmer the clothing, for instance, is going to be. Now, for our area here, as I say, being in Eastern Canada, and in New Brunswick, they're fantastic. I mean, the coldest I've had so far, honestly, with these boots is probably about, I'd say, in around -21, which actually was just a day hike that Cole Craven and I went out on the other day, and totally warm. Just insane how warm they are on the feet. But the cool thing I like is that they allow that breathability because of the Thinsulate. And the Cadora, it allows your foot to breathe, so you don't get, you don't feel like your feet are sweating, and when you take them off your foot, your socks are not wet or your feet aren't sweating. And being so lightweight, they're amazing. You don't even feel like you're wearing any boots at all. As well as the fact of being, of course, which is always nice with any boot, especially for the wintertime, and even in the warmer ones. You see the tag there, but they're fully waterproof all the way through. Now, I've tested them, and one of the things that I was curious about was because of the fact of the tongue on the front. The tongue does not go all the way up. Like, it's not part of the boot all the way up. It kind of stops right at that top part, above the ankle kind of thing. And you've got about, say 2.5, maybe 3 inches that's not attached. But believe it or not, it's amazing because with the way that they fit together, so nice form-fitting, and when they're tied up, if you have them tied up all the way, it's still waterproof up to that line. And I've tested that by turning around and walking in water deliberately, and just to see, and no water leaked through the tongue at all. So I was quite impressed with that. But yeah, so it was just kind of a quick little thing I wanted to say. Now with these boots, as I say, boots are most important to, footwear is kind of most important to me. It's the one thing that I have no problem spending a little bit of extra money on, you know, to turn out and have a great boot. Now surprisingly enough, these boots here in our local, you know, in our stores here that we have in Canada, the Canadian Tire stores, are listed at $99.99. So basically $100 for a pair of boots. And unfortunately, I was lucky enough that I got mine. I should say unfortunately, it was a good thing. I got mine actually on sale for $49.99. It was just at the start, like I say, about 3 months ago. So it was just at the start of getting into that height of our hunting season and stuff like that, starting here in Canada. So a lot of that stuff at that store, you know, they start to go on sale and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link for anybody who might be interested or you know, in the same boat as I am. I was trying to find a good boot. I'll put a link in the description at the bottom of the video to the actual direct company, the manufacturing company's website, which I believe is in the U.S. But you can actually order directly from them. Now, unfortunately, you can't get the exact same boot because of the fact, like I say, it's an exclusive, I guess they would call it, that they make to Canadian Tire, but they have basically the exact same boot. The only difference is that rather than it being, you know, the whole camouflage all the way through the boot as it is here, the toe piece here is actually done with the, it's like that's leather, and then it kind of wraps around the boot here, and then along where your eyelets are is all done with the leather as well. Whereas on these ones, they've just turned around and put the camouflage throughout the entire, basically those parts, they've made it the camouflage throughout. And online from the company, straight from the manufacturer, they're listed at the same price. They're $49.99 instead of the $100. So buying direct from the store is definitely the way to go. And that's one of the things that I'm looking at now because of trying these and being so satisfied with the boots, is that they have another one. They have a hiking boot, which I'm looking at picking up for this summer. And amazingly enough, very cheap, only at $29.99. So I just want to throw that out for anybody that maybe turned on looking at that. I know I had a few people turn on and ask from the Arctic dress and winter dress series that I did and wanted more detail on the boot. So that's it. So once again, guys, thanks so much. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. God bless.